in order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Poor alligator. Mike, there it is. Now, good evening, honorable city council members, mayor, madam treasurer, deputy clerk, to our city attorney, chief of staff, the administrative staff that are in the audience, and to all of our guests that are here this evening, and also to those who are viewing. Is this a little better? Okay. And for those who are viewing tonight's meeting via our broadcast channel or YouTube Live, welcome to the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting, and today's date is Monday, April 3rd, 2023. Members of the public wishing to participate in this meeting may do so under the public comment portion of the agenda. Please fill out a request to speak public comment card, which is located on the table in the back of the chambers, and hand it to the deputy clerk. And at this time, we will have roll call. Councilwoman Abdo?
Here.
Councilman Barton?
Here.
Councilwoman Roscoe?
Here.
Councilwoman Talley?
Here.
Councilman Wadsworth?
Here.
Councilwoman Webb?
Here.
And Councilwoman Williams.
Here.
Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you.
Tonight's regular council meeting agenda is as follows. Number 1, agenda. Number 2, minutes. 3, petitioner. 4, chairperson's report. 5, mayor's report. 6, clerk's report. 7, treasurer's report. 8, public comment. 9, unfinished business. 10, new business. 11, communication. And number 12, adjournment. And a motion would be in order to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
So moved to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented. Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Webb, for approval of the agenda as presented. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you. Agenda item 2, minutes. 2A, for approval are the minutes from the regular meeting held on Monday, March 27, 2023.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Wadsworth?
I'm going to move for the approval of the regular minutes of the council meeting that was held on March 27th at 7:30.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo, for approval of the minutes from our regular meeting held Monday, March the 27th at 7:30. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
There were no special meetings held on Monday, March 27th. There are no petitioners on the agenda this evening. It takes us to number 4, the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. At this time, the chairperson does not have a report.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to accept your report of nothing.
Support.
All right.
That's new.
Yeah,
It's just like, you make a motion to accept it and he doesn't have anything.
all right. Anything, I got to get a second on that.
I supported it.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley, for the chairpersons that didn't report tonight. Ms. Roscoe,
Yes.
Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Webb,
Yes.
Ms. Abdo.
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved. Thank you.
And number 5 is the mayor's report.
Thank you. Good evening, City Council, Madam Treasurer, Madam Clerk, Deputy Clerk. Before I get into the action items tonight report, I'd like to draw your attention to the monitor and the always knowledgeable Vanessa.
Hello, I'm Vanessa Tolliver, and here are some events happening in Romulus. Due to the stormy weather conditions last week, the Easter egg hunt has been rescheduled for this Saturday, April 8th. The hunt begins at noon sharp and is free for ages 11 and under. Please bring your own basket. The community is invited to the annual Good Friday Walk on Friday, April the 7th. Refreshments will be available beginning at 10 a.m. at the Romulus 5 Points Church. A shuttle will take you to the Romulus Historical Park, where the walk will begin at 11 a.m. and conclude back at 5 Points Church. A non-denominational service will begin at 12 p.m. Time is running out for nominations for Hometown Heroes. Nomination forms can be found on our website, or you can pick one of them up in the lobby at City Hall. The deadline to submit is April the 10th. Yard waste pickup will resume next week, and remember, city offices will be closed on Friday, April the 7th. Thank you, and remember to like and share us on Facebook and YouTube, or visit our website page for more information. Have a great night.
Thank you, Vanessa. I'd also like to congratulate our own Paris McCarthy, or Coach P, over at the high school, and newest school board member. For those who aren't aware, she was nominated again for Coach of the Year for girls basketball by the Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan. This is her 4th year to receive that nomination. So just a nod to the great work she's doing over there with the young ladies at the high school, and her passion and drive, and another exciting season for them. So congratulations to Paris. The first item I have for action is the Officers' Compensation Commission for reappointment and appointment. I would ask the council concur with the administration and reappoint Carol Bales with a term to expire June 24th, 2029, and also appoint, and I apologize, I'm going to butcher this name because he's been such an addition to our community, Edwame Bogade, for a term to expire December 31st, 2028, for the Officers' Compensation Commission.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Wadsworth?
I'll make a motion that we reappoint Carol Bales. Her term will expire on the June 24th of 2029. And Mayor, would you repeat that name again for us, please?
Edwame Gobowade.
That's right. And his term will expire on December the 31st of 2028.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Talley, for the Officer Compensation Commission reappointment and appointment. Any discussion?
Yes, through the chair, if I
Yes, Ms. Webb.
We all know Carol. Gavati, I've never met. I don't know him. Normally, we would have our new commissioners or new appointees here that the council, well, maybe the council may be familiar with him, but I don't think I've ever seen him before, and I would like to have that reinstated. I don't know him at all.
He is a member of the Planning Commission. He's been on the Planning
I
Commission
was just going to
for
say,
2.5 years now.
yes, at least. About that 2.5 years.
Yeah, he's on the planning commission, but I've never seen him. I just don't think that it's fair that we don't, some things, yeah, we can eliminate, but people, I want to see them face to face. I want to know who they are because nobody talks about them. This is the first time I've seen this person's name. I didn't even know he was on, was it the Housing Commission or something?
Planning Commission.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the people. Everybody else does, but I have been off for 1.5 years. So I've not seen any of the newer people, and it's not my fault that I haven't, but I feel that they should come before us to let us know who they are. You know, if I see them out someplace, I have no idea who this person is, and a couple of other people, and it's unfair to me. I'll put it like that. For you who are involved in different commissions and things like that and have seen this person, that's fine. But you don't even talk about them. So I think that we as a council should be a little bit closer together whenever we are making these appointments, make a telephone call, you know, because I have been out almost 1.5 years, back and forth, so. But, yeah, I'll vote for him because Celeste vouched for him. She's on planning. But just for me, for the next 3 or 4 months, when you have these new people, let me know. They're not new to you, but they're new to me. Thank you.
Okay.
To
Mr.
the chair
Wadsworth?
also, I can arrange for a meet and greet too. We can introduce you to him.
Don't even have to meet him. He can show up at a council meeting sometimes. I don't have to meet him, face to face. But I would like to know who he is. I've not heard anyone speak of it, so.
Yeah, Madam Clerk?
I'll take the
Thank you.
heat for that. I mean, I didn't think it was necessary for him to be here tonight, that he was being voted on, to the commission, because he does serve on the Planning Commission board. But, if we have some new people, we'll reach out to them and see if they can come to a council meeting if you just need to see a face and things. But no, he's been around for a while, so, but I didn't think it was necessary to have them here.
Well, it's necessary to me, Ms. Clerk, because it's traditional. When somebody comes up, is hired, we should know who they are. And there are council members I've spoken with may not know these people either, but they've been more involved. And like I said before, I'm not apologizing for anything, it's just that I've been out for, a year, and that's one of the reasons why. But still, if there's a commissioner or someone who's appointed to a position, all council needs to know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. And Adewami, if you're watching tonight, I apologize for the last name, and no disrespect meant, but he's been a great new addition to our community, and he jumped right in with joining the Planning Commission, and he brings that knowledge of engineering and traffic sense to the Planning Commission. It's been a great asset, too. So no disrespect, but it's just a different name for me to pronounce. So moving on to the next item I have is a contract services agreement. So I'd ask that council concur with the administration and award bid ITB 222319 to the lowest, most responsive and responsible bidder, DJ's Landscaping Management, for a 3-year period ending December 31st, 2025 for mowing and trimming of the Romulus Memorial Cemetery and maintenancing of the weeds and grass in the alley located behind the downtown businesses for the city of Romulus, city clerk, and DPW.
Through the chair,
Yes, Ms. Talley?
I'd like to make that motion to concur with administration and award bid ITB 22/23-19 to the lowest, most responsive and bidder, DJ's Landscape Management, a local vendor, for a 3-year period ending December 31st, 2025, for the mowing and trimming of the Romulus Memorial Cemetery and the maintenance of the weeds and grass in the alley located behind the downtown businesses for the city of Romulus, city clerk, and DPW. Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo, for ITB 2223-19, 3-year contractual service contract, grass cutting services for Romulus Memorial Cemetery and downtown alley cutting. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. The next item I had is for underbody scraper blades for our plows. And I ask the council concur with the administration and award ITB 222317 to the most responsible and responsible bidder, Winter Equipment Company, for the purchase of underbody scraper blades for the city of Romulus DPW at the prices reflected in the company's bid.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion for ITB 22/23-17 for the underbody scraper blades from Winter Equipment Company.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for ITB 2223-17 underbody scraper blades. Any discussion?
Chair, if I
Ms.
may.
Webb?
Kathy, Ms. Hood, may I ask you a question? These scraper blades.
Can you come up to the podium, Ms. Hood?
The scraper blades, are we getting a better deal now that it's spring? Or, I don't know what you mean, scraper blades. I don't know if that's for dirt or if that's for roads or,
They're for the plow trucks.
pardon me?
They're for our salt trucks.
Salt truck? Oh,
Yes.
okay. And that's winter, right? That's
It's for the
time?
winter maintenance, yeah.
Uh-huh, so what I'm asking is this do we get them a lot, are they less inexpensive than,
They probably, I would imagine they are, being that we're ordering them in the spring and not in the dead of winter.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking, but I didn't know that the other ones were worn out that we ordered.
We go through them quite a bit. I mean, it was kind of a mild winter, but when we're using them, we're using them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Welp. Ms. Tally?
Yeah, and Kathy, I did, my question too, how many plow trucks do we have?
We have 5 routes, and I believe we have 7 trucks.
Huh?
We have 5 routes with 7 trucks.
7 trucks?
We typically only have 5 out at a time.
So what's the useful life of these scraper blades? Because I know we see them kind of at maintenance, are they kind of
If we have a
short
heavy,
term- short life?
storm, like a real heavy storm, we might change them out twice a night on a snow event. If it's a heavy storm and we're plowing a lot,
Yeah.
we might change them out 2 or 3 times a night.
So
But
they don't last long at
For like a
all?
3-inch event, it could be, 2 or 3 events.
Okay, thanks.
If there's no other discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. The next item I have is a 2-year contractual services contract. Ask the council concur with the administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into attached 2-year fixed-price contract for tree cutting and stump removal with the 2 most responsive and responsible bidders, PPM Tree Service and Arbor Care LLC, and Urban Tree Trimming Services on an as-needed basis, and the prices as reflected in each of the company's bids.
Need a motion?
To the chair, if I may.
Ms. Webb?
To concur with the administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached 2-year fixed price contract for tree cutting and stump removal with the 2 most responsive and responsible bidders. Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Williams, for ITB 2223-18, 2-year contractual services contract, tree cutting and stump removal. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, and that concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you, Mayor.
Number 6 is the clerk's report. I have one action item, 6A. It is requested that council approve the second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 2223-14 in the amount of $12,990 to use fund balance to replace the Federal Weather Station tornado sirens equipment that is failing due to outdated equipment. This amendment was introduced at the March 27th regular city council meeting.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Roscoe.
I'll make that motion for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 22/23-14 for the Federal Weather Station tornado sirens equipment.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Webb, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 2223-14. Any discussion?
Yes.
Yes,
I am
Ms.
so
Webb.
glad to see this before me, because the other week, I received the call, and it cut out right in the middle of the call. Of course, I knew there was a storm brewing. And then the other night, the same thing. I don't know if anybody else got it or not. I'm like, okay, alert, but I think it's on the agenda. So yes, we definitely need it.
Thank you, Ms. Webb. Ms. Roscoe,
Yes.
Ms. Webb,
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Ms. Abdo.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. That concludes the clerk's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Takes us to number 7, the treasurer's report.
Thank you. Good evening. I do not have any items under my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer.
Number 8 is public comment, and this is the portion of the agenda for those who are in the audience. And if you'd like to address City Council, the rules to address the council can be found on the back of the agendas. To address City Council, raise your hand, and after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium and state your name. Please note that members of the public who submitted a public comment card will be called upon first. You will have 3 minutes to speak, and any additional time will be upon the consent of the chairperson. Mr. Chair, we do have one request to speak, and we have a Miss Kramer. Is that? Ma'am, if you could step up to the podium, please, and state your name again for the record.
Oh, good evening, everybody. My name is Sue Kramer. I live on Osga Road in Romulus, and I'm here on behalf of the Meals on Wheels program that's being sponsored through the Senior Center. They are in dire need of volunteers to help them get these meals out. I don't tweet, Twitter, or do any of that social media stuff, so I can't tune in anybody that way. We don't have a paper that comes out in Romulus every week that tells us what's going on and how to do it. So my advice would be, or I took it upon myself to come down here and put it out there to the rest of the Romulus citizens to say, if you've got a few minutes, will take minutes. It's about an hour and a half if you stay there and you do partially what your job is. There's a hot end and a cold end. These ladies, there are 2 who have been staples for a while. Hired workers, they're coming and going, so they're not there all the time. One lady who is there all the time is a hired worker. The other lady who was there all the time has now moved on to another city. So it's important that they get somebody else down there to help them, because the trucks come in, they unload the trucks with the food then has to be processed. There's a hot end that they pack all that food, and the other end is the cold end where we do like rolls and breads and things like that. After that stuff is packed, if there's time, we work on things that are going to be done for the next day, if it's possible. And if there's a heavy load, like a Thursday is a double day, you pack everything for 2 days. But these people need help. 2 people can't do that. There's over 100, maybe about 130 meals that they put out every day. And they really do need volunteers of any kind. You don't have to be 30, you don't have to be 50, you can be my age, which I'm not even going to tell you. But I'm there, and if I can do it, pretty much anybody can do it. So I take this opportunity to thank you for letting me speak, and I hope that we reach some people who will come and help. These are your seniors that need to be taken care of every day. Make sure that these people get something to eat, at least once a day, good. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was the only written request, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anyone in the audience.
Is there anyone in the audience would like to comment? There's no other people in the audience comment, we'll close that part out.
Takes us to number 9, unfinished business. Number 10, new business. Number 11, communication.
Through the chair.
Yes, Ms. Talley.
Just a couple of quick things. Vanessa did a great job as usual with the announcement, but this is the last week for Hometown Hero nomination, so we ask that you get your application in if you have one. This is the last week. The 10th is the deadline, so please get your applications in. And then this is the last week leading up to Good Friday. The walk is this Friday, as Vanessa so eloquently placed it. We have a nice array of characters for the Good Friday walk. Thanks to everybody who has volunteered. It will be a must-see on Friday for the Good Friday walk. And spoke about this at a study session about the library. They did their kickoff centennial last week. It was a great event, well-attended. It gave a lot of great history on the library, and then followed up with Mark Lukowitz with a great history on the city of Romulus. So I want to thank them for a great tag team on last week, a great kickoff for the library centennial, and it was very well-attended. So I just want to thank Patty and her team over there for what they've done, and all the people over the years that has sustained and just been a part of the library. It was a very great event, and I'm excited about their centennial. And then the other thing is the Why I Love the City of Romulus is going to be coming soon. I got to hash out the details. We already have somebody who's getting ready to sit and submit their letter, so more details to come on Why I Love the City of Romulus. And then my final thing is I sent out an invite last week. Anyone that doesn't have a church home, my church, it will be at Little Caesar Arena this Sunday for a Resurrection Easter service. The headliner will be Leandria Johnson, who will be there along with Kirk Franklin, and we have an array of musical guests this week at our church. Donnie McClurkin is there tonight. Jill Kaylin Carr is there tomorrow night. We got Ty Tribbett on Wednesday, or Smoking Norfolk on Wednesday, and John P. Key coming. So if you don't have a church home and you want to enjoy these ministries of these musical guests, please come to Triumph Church with us on Resurrection Easter on Sunday with Kirk Franklin and Leandria Johnson. And these are free. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Talley. Any other communication? Ms. Abdo?
Yes, I wanted to mention Jake Reinicke from the library. He has been digitalizing all the Romulus High School yearbooks. And on Sunday, we finally got the last one scanned. We had 1945 was at the Historical Library, and Pearl Varner let us in there, and we got it scanned. So we now have every single yearbook digitalized, and it's on the website.
Great.
So, yeah, thank you, Jake, and it was a great job by the library. And really, Pearl Varner was the saver. She had the last one that nobody had.
Thank you, Ms. Abdo. Ms. Williams?
Yes, as usual, Forgotten Harvest at the high school, starting at 10:30. All you need is your name and your address, and we'll load you up. All is welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other communication? If not, the Lions is doing pretty good in the draft. You know, I have to get my little Lions in there to cheer everybody up, you know? So that, have no more comments.
Okay, then if there no more communication, takes us to number 12, adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, we are adjourned. Thank you.